The Hornets starters are also brought to you by Medical Mutual. 5 of the Hornets' top 6 for the Hornets is long. Ball, Bridges, Mann, Salon, Williams, averaging 22 points a game.
On the play, Cavs have gotten better at that over the last 2 weeks of not overrunning the offensive player and creating a mismatch.
Evan Mobley to the basket. He works on Cody Martin. Jonathan Sterling and crew chief Tony Brothers. That's one. Over/under on saying tonight or this evening. About 3.5.
Yep. And we're inside it. Fantastic.
It's usually a college football Saturdays. Mitchell fires a 3. That is good to see him in the building.
Yeah, fantastic. Almost won the U.S. Open
He's
a couple
fun to
years
watch,
ago. Yeah,
isn't he?
man. Got to the finals. Fun to watch, man. A lot of effort.
Allen with the left hand. Jared Allen gives him the door for another Cavs collective team victory.
Yeah, a lot of times you put in, that second unit. It's kind of a splotchy unit. That next 4, I mean, they're almost as good as our first 5. So sometimes you'll see the lead, enhanced, and it's just a tremendous thing to have.
Garland, what a fake!
And fought through it, tried to play, took a lot of criticism, a lot of unfair criticism. And now we're seeing an all-star caliber effort out of Darius Garland, a starting guard all-star caliber effort. And this team and he's very capable and on his way to doing so.
Brandon Miller connects. Allen floats and scores. Joining us on this Saturday afternoon is here's Evan Mobley. He'll creep into a 3. Hey!
He shoots that basketball now, all of a sudden you have got a huge conundrum. You got to figure that out. Maybe even put a smaller guy on Evan Mobley and he can host him up.
Another! Ben feeding the hot hand.
Ride that horse.
Jeffries relays to Simpson. Simpson's in a phone booth over there. Fires from a sharp angle, and it's
going to make tough shots. He's the best players in the world. But that was excellent defense. There's nothing you're going to look at on film and say we could have done this better.
Mobley!
A juggernaut in Cleveland. But they're going to get better. And as soon as he gets some guys healthy, they'll be fun to watch.
Mitchell watched by Miller, goes to Mobley. Mobley makes the catch and hammers it home.
45. But throughout the largesse of the game, you're going to utilize this team to wear other teams down just like that.
Evan Mobley.
I mean, the Cavaliers doing a good job of not, they're playing basically mistake-free basketball, being where they're supposed to be. They've looked at a lot of film. They're prepared. Everyone's got their assignments, and everyone's completing those assignments. Be aggressive. That's what you want from Ty. He's an excellent defender, plays hard. You find yourself in a bad position, and your career will be very short. So he's done a smart job.
Wade off to Mobley.
In good position.
Micic looks for an opening. He'll loop one off to Martin. Martin fires a contested 3 that's short. It's vacuumed in by Williams. Hauled in by Curry. Now Micic. Micic lobs upstairs for Williams, who guides it in. Believed it, and his challenge is successful. As Hornets have the basketball, they trail by 15.
I'll take it, man. I'll take word for it this time.
Micic looks for Williams. Here's Jared Allen between the circles. He's joined by Jerome, Garland, Tyson, and Wade. Jerome around a big Allen screen, chased by Martin, stops, floats, and gets the roll.
Boy, wow.
Garland off the handoff from Jared Allen, and Hornets reset with a fresh 14. Martin looks for an opening and finds Williams, and there he is once again. We have made incremental gains under new head coach Charles Lee. Miller off 1 foot in the paint. Williams has it again. Williams has been strong.
Got to play through those as if you're going to make that shot. Don't count on that bump.
Miller with a 3.
And every team in the West has a winning record. So it's just interesting how many teams are struggling in the Eastern Conference.
Micic to the foul line down the lane, uses elbow to nudge Witt.
Charlotte's definitely being the aggressor right now, and they're getting the advantage through being that aggressive basketball. Cavs got to respond here in the next couple minutes. You have to.
Garland shuffles his way into a 3.
The last 2 minutes and 40 seconds before you go into half. You got to blitz these guys. You need your big guns to do so.
Cavaliers have hit 8 triples in this first half. Simpson is watched by Garland. He'll relay to Martin. Now it's Miller. Miller off a screen. Back in this first half, Micic inside to Miller. Miller floats it up and floats it in. And Wong. Mitchell behind the back for 3. Hey, knocks it down.
So it's communication and pace, taking care of the basketball, but on the defensive end, everyone's got to be all in and stopping the basketball, stopping momentum.
Just a minute into the third quarter. Martin spins and scores. If you're 4-0 today, if you just joined us, Dean Wade got the start. Mobley again. Allen elevates, taps it. Wade, can he rip it away? Eventually he does. He almost walked, but he gets it back to Mobley. Mitchell's open. He's got it. Physical play by Dean Wade to open up the third.
Yeah, you gotta set standards. You gotta set boundaries in this league, and when you do that, you put a lot of pressure on people.
Dodge is in his 16th season as Martin gets
like the shot we ended up with, just didn't make the shot. Good job by the Cavs.
Rebounded by Mobley. Off it goes to Garland. Garland to the foul line, finds Wade. Wade for three. Mobley! Ho-ho! Hey,
wow.
He's been everywhere here this afternoon. Micic settles into a three. Garland, as the Cavs working around the perimeter. 5 shows on the shot clock. Garland with a hesitation move, kisses it off the window and gets the roll.
Great, you got to get him out of this building. That was an interesting call. I'm glad the Cavs were paying attention because I didn't see that way.
Garland puts it up and in. Hornets 62. Cavaliers are 20-3. They own the best record in the NBA. Garland looks to shake on Martin. He frees up Mitchell. Mitchell got Smith in the air on a flyby. Off the way, terrific ball movement. Leads to a three.
You want to help? Dean Wade spots up on that weak side. Excellent pass into the slot. Nice shot.
Micic reverses and scores. Did short. Martin off to Micic. Extra pass. Green's there for three. Garland fires a three that's eventually grabbed by Martin. John Michael, Brad Doherty, and Serena Winters. Jeffries at the rim. He lays it in. Today, the only day game on the NBA slate. LeVert works his way down the lane and he lays it in. 82-71 Cavaliers. LeVert inside. He puts it up and in. Only one shot in the first half here this afternoon. Smith. It goes to Simpson. Back around the horn for a three. Charles Lee will go small again here. We saw this late in the first half. Smith is pressured by Merrill. Smith looking to free himself, takes a contested shot and gets it. And have to get ready for a tip against the Cavs 22 hours later. The Cavs will travel. After this game, there's a steal by Wong. He goes all the way. Burt jumped right in front of one of the Hornets and picked it off. Niang, high post. Off to an open Mitchell. Hey! So it's not a travel. Micic late in the shot clock, looking to create, dumps off to Gibson, swatted by Mobley.
Great defense by Evan Mobley. He wasn't going to let him have that one. Take that one with you.
Mitchell from the elbow. Himself does the 7-footer and hand off to Niang. Niang works on Micic. Bounces off to a cutting Merrill who lays it in.
Nice plays. You don't have to make the spectacular play. Whenever someone's open, you get it to him, get it to him. Make the pass, make the play.
Merrill's three ends up in the hands of Mobley. Mobley pivots twice, floats it up and floats it in. Garland, Merrill, Allen, Jerome, and Wade are in a zone. Jeffries, who's had a great game off the bench, trying to throw it down on Allen.
Blocking capabilities by Jared Allen. A lot of toughness in that.
Jerome down the lane, finger rolls and scores, and Ty Jerome has a chance for the three-point play.
Nice job by Ty Jerome to get in the middle of this thing and do what he does best. That's being all-around unselfish player, which he is. Tremendous, anchor on the defensive end.
More zone. Micic fires up.
23 games in. It is not a small sample size anymore, guys.
Well, they need more of it here. Down the stretch, LeVert lobbing for Allen, knocked away by an active Smith. Here he comes with Green. Smith lays it in, and
time.
Garland tears down the center of the lane, throws on the brakes, and gets the roll. Garland picked up by Micic. Bounces inside to Mobley. Mobley twists and flicks it in. This 8-point lead. Mitchell is picked up by Micic. He's blitzed. Off it goes to LeVert. He'll shovel to Mobley. Mobley took a bump, and then he throws it down. Hornet logo. Angles off a LeVert screen. Goes to Karras. Extra pass. Mitchell for three. Hey!
You make sure it ends up in the right guy's hand for the shot. That was number 45, Spider Mitchell, for the three.
Mitchell banks in basketball and an 11-point lead. Garland slings it to LeVert. There's Mobley. Hey, he's got another.
Well, Karras played well. Tough game on the road. I mean, you led the whole day on the road, which is remarkable.